In business, there's no room for guesswork. Every shipment matters. Every deadline counts. When you're trying to keep operations running smoothly, the last thing you need is uncertainty. That's why reliability is at the core of USPS Ground Advantage. From the moment your package is first scanned in, it moves through a secure nationwide network, aiding in a timely and accurate delivery. You get near real-time tracking so you can keep up with your shipments. And with affordable upfront pricing, there are no hidden fees or surprise surcharges to throw off your cost sheets. It all adds up to predictable deliveries you can depend on. Because knowing your logistics are handled lets you focus on everything else: your customers, your team, and the future you're building. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to start shipping with confidence. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
It's good to have you on board. Thanks for watching, as always, on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard, here on a Wednesday. Busy hour coming up. Mike Palm's going to join the program. This is really cool. Mike, admittedly, never used to like the sport of soccer, ever. Dad hated it. So he just, nope, can't play it, don't watch it, hate, whatever. We're not going to be a soccer family. Then in the pandemic, Mike wanted something to bet because nothing was going on. So he was attracted to some of these kind of obscure soccer leagues.
Bundesliga.
Oh, and beyond that.
With that, yeah.
Fast forward to today, Mike Palm absolutely loves soccer, has for now several years. I think it's probably his favorite sport to bet on. He's going to join us every single day when we're on the air Monday through Friday for one segment to talk about that day's schedule when we have so many of these matches going on. And that segment today is coming up in 15 minutes. Also in a half an hour, we'll get into today's Major League Baseball card. Some would say I'm burning money, but I made a future bet last night / this morning in this sport. It's an award bet, Paulie. I'll tell you about that in 30 minutes. And Dallin Cuff as well on the show to talk World Cup in 45 minutes. I stand corrected about one thing to finish the last hour, and that is I was looking at the times, and thanks to Cleveland Picks on X, he's like, yeah, I made the same mistake looking at the BBC website for as it stands and all the upcoming games that we have in the World Cup. It's actually the 1st. I said the 2nd, I believe. Yeah. It would be Wednesday the 1st.
Yeah, that's our next, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that is a night game, I believe.
That is, and I believe that's the one that would be in Santa Clara.
Okay, excellent.
And that would be USA against Bosnia, because Bosnia just beat Qatar by a score of 3-1. So that game's in the books, and also the Swiss defeated Canada. It's official 2-1 as well.
They win the group. Canada's second. Bosnia is going to advance, it appears. 2-1 Switzerland was 9-1. 3-1 Bosnia was 11-1. BTTS cashes in both -130 and -115. And a lot of people like the under because they thought they'd play patty cake, but 3 goals in the second half for the Swiss and Canada. And again, I love what the announcer said right at the beginning of the match, because they both were through if it had the draw. The worst way to get the draw is to play for the draw. Mm-hmm. And great job by Switzerland. I don't know how the hell they drew 1-1 against Qatar. I mean, I know they dominated, but looking at that result now, boy, is that funky.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Coming up a little bit later on tonight in these other matches that we have, this is the 9 o'clock Eastern games, Czechia against Mexico and South Africa against South Korea. The meat man, Steve Wiss, was on the show yesterday. Excellent breakdown on the South Africa / South Korea match. If you missed it, you can go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast to get the full analysis, because it was brilliant. He likes the over 2.5. Got it at some plus money. I don't know if that number's still out there. I haven't checked it in a little while. And I'm with, I think, others who are on this Mexico match tonight to go under 2.5.
Yeah.
I told you about this pro bettor I talked to in the first hour of the show. I will repeat it for the audience right now tuning in. On the Mexico side, as they are qualified, nothing really to gain. He told me that they're going to sit their yellow carded players to protect against suspension. This game is going to be more competitive than what it should be. Under 2.5 is the play for him. The keeper for Mexico is awesome, and their top 2 strikers have yellow cards. And this bettor has been on the under in each game so far on the Mexico side. And 2.5 is now -125 here at Circa. If you can still find like -115-ish in that neighborhood, I think it's definitely worth a bet.
South Korea to qualify, 92%. Czechia, 26%. South Korea advanced with a win or a draw. Czechia will finish third with a win and a South Korea loss. If South Africa makes up the goal differential, or a win and a South Korea win and draw, or a draw and a South Africa draw or loss. This is crazy. South Africa will finish second with a win and a Czechia loss or draw, with a win and a Czechia win plus making up the tiebreaker goal differential. And then and there's also South Africa can finish third with a win and a Czechia win, a draw and a Czechia loss. There's a lot going on here. But, why the meat man liked the over and is strong on the over, it comes back to South Africa's got to go for it here. And if South Korea loses and Czechia wins, this thing really gets wild and what could transpire. So you're all good points, all about how Mexico's going to treat this if they already won the group. Do they just sit back so good defensively and it go under 2.5? I'm with you on that one, but that makes sense. But it probably comes down to the first 20, 25 minutes, what happens in this, because South Korea would be delighted to get out of there just with a point.
You said that you love Brazil earlier?
Yes, -1.5, -160. This was as low as 220, which I didn't understand. Now it's up to 320 coming up in an hour. They win the group. I just think it's I'm different with people on the handicap with Haiti and Scotland. I don't think much of Scotland. And I think Brazil should be able to win by at least 2 goals here. While a lot of people think Haiti's trash, I thought Haiti outplayed Scotland in that match, and Haiti's already been eliminated. So why you think Morocco could open up a can on them coming up. But I think Brazil should win by at least 2 goals coming up.
Well, I'll give you a piece of this. This is, again, so much great content on the website, vsin.com, every day for these matches. A little bit here from Alex Blowers at vsin. He broke down this game, and that is, to him, everything points to a Brazil win, but that current number is too high for him to play. Mm-hmm. So he likes Brazil, 1.5 on the goal line at plus money when he put this out. His whole point is that Scotland is going to defend. They're going to look really good probably at times, but eventually the dam is going to break. Scotland is going to try to play for the draw, but he doesn't know how holding the low block is possible for 90 minutes. And he added that once it breaks, because it will break and Brazil's going to score at least once, he's confident that it's going to break again. And so he likes them -1.5, and he put it out when it was plus 105 there. How about
85 degrees, by the way, in Miami?
It's going to be a warm one.
That's your big boy coming up. Yep.
How about a Brazil-Morocco parlay?
I already got it.
Okay.
I already got it.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think Haiti scores against Morocco.
I don't think so either. Is that 3 in the Morocco game?
No.
Did I see that right?
No, 2.5.
Or is that an out number? Oh, so yeah, some books are going to have 2.5, others are going to have 3 on that.
It's 2.5 minus 185 now?
Yeah.
I don't think Haiti scores. That's too high. I wouldn't play that. Teach his own, though.
Is that again, this is going to be fascinating to watch, and they're going to kick off coming up in 52 minutes from right now. And I love this because, again, like that whole thing of the final week of the NFL season, when you have these playoff scenarios amongst several teams potentially going in that 4:00 Eastern window, and they have to be scoreboard watching. And we see that basically in the NFL schedules accordingly. And that obviously is what we're getting right now with the World Cup. Because I think that Morocco is going to want to win the group if they have a chance, but they have to beat Brazil in goal differential. And that could also, like I said earlier, my point was...
That's crazy, though. I think, isn't it?
Let me flip it on you, Paulie.
What's the goal? What's the I want to do what the team wants to do, which is the team goal, which is to win. So now you're talking about I got to win 3-0, I got to win 4-0. I mean, that's...
Right. So I said earlier, what if they get one early, and that's Morocco, and they notice that, 33rd minute, whatever that is, the Brazil match happens to be scoreless. And then they score another one. And they're like, hey, we're tied goal differential. Now we got to really keep pressing here to see if we can win the group, if it matters to them. The other angle is, what if Morocco has nothing going and it's scoreless on their side, and they look up and it's 2-0 Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to get probably a decent price on a draw on the Morocco side in that Morocco match, or maybe just like other ways to bet it based on, okay, now we're 4 back in goal differential. Yeah, we have no chance to win the group.
This is the opposite angle and discussion of the teams that have won the group. What did the teams do that have already been eliminated? Do they show up? Does Haiti show up here? If Morocco goes up 1-0 early, do they just pack it in? That's also how much we see pride coming up as well. This is my favorite scenario. It's Saturday night. Guy had a thorough breakdown on X. I forgot his name, but he's calling it the mess in Kansas City. This is from the New York Times. If Austria or Algeria finish third in Group J and advance, their pathway will be rather different. Instead of a likely matchup against Spain, they could face one of the United States, Switzerland, Egypt, or the winner of Group L, which is England, Ghana, Croatia, or Panama, or the winner of Group K, which could be Colombia. Total down at 1.5 in some spots where you're better off, I don't want any part of Spain. Like, there's no incentive for me to go out and win and get the second spot in the group. So how that could be played in Kansas City on Saturday night. Well, and again, some places already have a 1.5 up for a total. No one wants to win.
Do you want to play under or 0-0 at halftime? How about that angle?
Yes.
That way you don't have to sweat it out for a full.
See how they treat it. Right. But it's also the late match. So a lot of we'll know better. We'll know a lot more of the bracket and what it looks like. But if I win and I play Spain, as opposed to I draw or lose and get USA or someone like that, come on.
Sure. No, like you said, though, they could end up with England or Portugal.
Possible, yes.
Okay, yes. So that's no walk in the park, obviously. But
but there's still out of 5-6 scenarios.
They would rather take their chance with the unknown than Spain.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's another thing, too. These books that will offer, will there be a goal in the first 15 minutes, then like minutes 15 through 30? How about you just keep betting them no and rolling it over in a match like that? Mike Palm's going to make his appearance coming up next. We'll get his thoughts on all of this and the matches that we have coming up still on the board today. 4 more to bet on the World Cup here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Let me get your attention real quick, podcast listeners. I've got something for you that almost feels too good to be true. First, credit where credit's due. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already leveling up your betting game. You're riding along with our best bets and top angles. And when there's a good game on, you're getting involved with a few props and alt markets as well. There's one more layer if you really want to step things up, and that's VSiN Pro. I've mentioned it before, but things are only getting better for our pro subscribers. We just rolled out our MLB prop projections, breaking down some of the best edges across strikeouts, hits, home runs, and more. And that's on top of everything else pro subscribers already get, including public betting splits, expert picks, and betting guides across the sports calendar. If you haven't tried it yet, stop sleeping on it. You can get your first month just $9.99 or save big with promo code POD26 on the annual subscription. Hit the link in the description and start cashing in with VSiN Pro. All right, back to the show.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A phenomenal appearance by the maestro, Mike Palm, on the program yesterday. We're going to do it every day during the World Cup, get his thoughts on the games, the matches that we have still to come, and he joins us in studio right now. He just got over here. For those unfamiliar, he was at Bar Canada over at the D. It's a quick walk, I would say. But you got to hit one light, so it's about 8 minutes, maybe
6 to 8.
6 to 8 minutes. And so you're telling me that you at Bar Canada, phenomenal location to watch games.
Yeah.
You're telling me that during these Canadian matches, you're doing an open bar?
So we're doing an open bar for the 2 hours of the matches for anyone wearing Team Canada colors. But the problem is Swiss was also red and white. So Derek got the backside opened up today. It was basically, there was not anyone not in white or red or both today. So that's the way it was. Go on Twitter. There's a shot, the hockey stick where you have the 4 shot glasses. I did one of those with, interesting, a Canadian fan from Quebec.
Sure. They should have a team.
An Englishman who's friends with the Canadian fan who lives here now, who's a Fulham fan, right? I kept saying, Ghana. Anyhow, and the Swiss, a guy from Switzerland who spoke French, and me. So that was the joke, right?
We're all buddy-buddy here.
Canadian Englishman, a Swiss, and an Iowan walk into a bar. But yeah, we got toasted up a little bit.
Well, and so when they play again, it looks like that'll be Saturday against South Korea as it stands right now. Again, if you're wearing Canadian colors at Bar Canada during the match for 2 hours, open bar.
What beats that, huh?
Boy, Steven Santa
He was
Claus.
there too. Derek was there the whole time.
Yeah, excellent. He walked by earlier during the first half. How about the second goal? Come on.
Paul, you could have
It's
stopped that.
terrible.
I mean,
Total sieve.
huh?
Got to come
You
up
gotta
with
work
that.
hard not
Paul
to
would have
stop
stopped
that.
that. Yeah.
Gotta come up
He
with
would
that.
have. He would have before he ate his way out of hockey. He still would have stopped it. I mean, it's ridiculous. That was awful. Otherwise, we in 1-1 maybe.
Tell people the Montesano bad beat.
Oh my God!
no,
this
Mike
is awful.
Montesano.
Mike Montesano had Swiss to win every match of the group.
Yeah, at 3-1, and it was a goal by Cutter, 95th minute against the Swiss from Cashing.
Yeah, out of nothing when they had nothing
How
the
did
whole
that
game.
happen?
Yeah.
After
What was
what-
the price on his part?
3-1 for the Swiss to win
That's
every
sick.
match.
All right, what do you
That's a
got?
really bad
What do you got, my friend?
We're trying to come up with angles in this Morocco match.
We got a Brazil
I'm
Morocco
on I'm
parlay.
on the Marrakesh Express here. This is a top 10 team in the world, Morocco, going against a very poor side. I didn't want to lay 2.5. I laid 2. I think you can, as Nigel would say, you can bet to win to nil here too. Is
Yes.
another angle.
I don't think Haiti scores.
There's no shot Haiti scores here today.
All right,
Oh,
you're
whoa,
strong.
whoa,
You
whoa.
are strong.
0.
The total's 3 now.
It's a 0.
I don't get it. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
but the
They think-
problem is Morocco might score 4. That's the problem. So I bet Morocco -2. It's very interesting. Shop the books because some do the half, some
Yep,
do
yep.
the even.
Yeah.
We do the even numbers, right? We do as well. Some only do the halves, but you could get Morocco -2, -118 here. I'm a big Morocco believer. I have been. This is a top 10 team in the world. I thought the Morocco-Brazil match was one of the best of the whole tournament. So I just don't
It was.
give much credit to Haiti.
Well, what happened against Scotland? You score a minute in and you shut it down.
Yeah, that's okay. You got
I
3
don't- I don't
points. You
think-
got 3 points. I mean, what do you want?
You think there's a difference between Scotland and Haiti?
Yes,
I-
Scotland is much better than Haiti.
I disagree.
You
Okay.
Really? You disagree?
I
Well,
thought-
we'll agree to disagree. I think there's a big difference.
Does Haiti pack it in, being eliminated?
Why? Why would they pack it in? Why would
Okay.
they
Well,
go
that's-
out there and
I don't know.
I think that's a question that we
That's
need
a
to ask about
yeah.
every
for
team that's
what?
been
What are they
eliminated.
trying to do? I mean, I don't understand the political ramifications in the country about whether the coach keeps his job or not. I think this Turkey match is very dangerous because they're going to fire everybody. Turkey thought they were going to win the group.
Sure, haven't
but
scored.
but when you perform that much below expectations, but did Haiti? I mean, Haiti didn't think they were going to do anything in this thing. So why
That's
wouldn't they
true.
go out there and have fun?
Morocco was -550. They're down to 390 at
Oh, it's
DraftKings.
a lot of sharp
So
money at DraftKings on Haiti.
how about the other angle? What you mentioned with USA, but what does Mexico do that they've already won the group? How do
think-
these teams treat this?
I don't know, because you're playing in your home country. I think that you take it more seriously than somebody that's already won their group and have nothing to play for that's playing on foreign soil in a different continent. I do think Mexico will play their game. I know they want to avoid injury. That's why I lean under in that match with the Czechs. I played under 2.5 -122 there.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat on that one.
We're all on the under there.
Yeah, we all like that one. Now, I think the coming up at 6:00 Eastern, maybe this is a great live betting opportunity. Because do you think Morocco cares about winning their group? They're 2 goals back in the differential to Brazil.
I get it. But they would have to at halftime see Brazil was in some sort of struggle.
Right, that's
Right?
correct.
So that's where you have to evaluate based on the other game, right?
They're going to be scoreboard watching.
I mean, there was a time when Canada got down 2-0 that if Qatar was still up by 2, you could have said, they're within reach and they got to go all out here. But that didn't really manifest itself. It is an interesting in-game betting opportunity, which we can't tell you what to do until you see the situation.
Right.
But you can lay it out a little bit about, do you want to win your group? I think the teams that are built on defense like Morocco, that don't concede, have less to gain by winning the group than by not. I think certain teams that play open styles want to play weaker teams. I think if you're a team that can shut the other team down and shut them out, you're more comfortable playing against maybe a better team here. But if the opportunity presents itself and somehow Brazil is in a dogfight or Scotland gets up the first goal, then maybe they open it up.
I want to flip it with you, though. What if Brazil's up 2-0 quickly?
Yeah. Well, then you just want to be healthy, right?
And then don't you just pound the under in the
I
Morocco
would pound
match?
the under in that game at that point.
Let me run this by you.
If you could still get maybe a 2.5 or a 3 based on if they have a goal or not, 3.5.
Right. I think Paul, based on us doing this earlier in the show, running down as it stands right now with how this bracket is breaking. Has a huge bet on USA to make the quarters at least. If I told you right now that they're going to get Bosnia.
Bosnia is awful. Go ahead.
Okay. And then they would get the winner of Egypt, Cape Verde.
Yeah.
You're signing up right now?
I'm signing up. Blow it up.
Blow it up.
Lawless with another rant about the tattooed millionaires if they don't get to the final 8 with that lineup.
Yeah, okay, so
Right?
so is it? If this is exactly how it goes,
What a path.
Well, it's a beautiful path, but they set this up for the home countries, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they
they do.
do this.
do you want to tail Paulie here and bet USA right now to make the quarters?
What's your price, Paul?
I don't know. That's
Got to
I
be.
think you have to lay it here, don't you?
Luke, can you?
You have to lay it at this point.
You might have to.
You might have to
You might
with that
have to.
setup.
Yeah.
You might have to lay a little bit here. If I can get it at minus 120 or better, I'm with Paulie.
And also, books are probably going to do this maybe for a little bit of
Well, there's
protection.
your
knowing
protection because you know that the people are betting their patriotism here, right?
yep.
plus 105 right now.
All right, send it in, Paul.
Yeah. It's a good
I'm going to
price.
tell you, how much will a book take? Will a book take 100K?
It's the World Cup, I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope, right? Let's put up, you put up 50, I'll put up 50, we'll play your 51st. All right?
You'll match.
I'll match. We'll play your 51st and see how the first round of the knockouts goes.
Love the match play. It's awesome. Derek with the chips. So you're coming on in the second hour again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be at halftime. What do you think of Ecuador, Germany?
This is a fascinating matchup to me. I've thought about this for literally hours because, I'm a big Ecuador guy. So
Yeah.
I've bet Ecuador to advance.
Meat
That
Man
was
gave
my-
them out on a future. Says they get in, watch out. 250, 300 to 1.
Yeah, watch out because they can shut you down,
Yeah, okay.
right?
Yes.
And Germany's coasting. So I think you have to look very strongly at Ecuador at under tomorrow.
Germany's at the top
Yep.
of the left bracket, already winning the group.
Yep.
So that's
I'm not
That's
a
in
big
the
believer
bag.
that Germany's a great team.
No,
either.
okay.
I
Yeah.
don't consider them amongst these. I separate everybody into semifinal candidates. Can you get to the final 4? I'm not there with Germany.
No, you're not. Okay.
I'm not there with Germany.
Because if they, again, right now in the last 32, they would play Paraguay.
Yeah.
And then if they win that match, they would get France next. That probably would not go well for the Germans.
No, there'll be a decided underdog.
Oh, huge
against
dog,
France.
I would think, right? Yeah.
France is a team that their own worst enemy is France. I mean, there's something about it's like a basketball team and sharing the ball, right? Are there enough touches, right? Because France, you could make the argument that Mbappe's the second or third best player on the team, but this was a World Cup for him to try to establish this is still Mbappe's France. But I mean, he left PSG. PSG couldn't win the Champions League. He left and went to Real Madrid. They've done nothing, and PSG's won it 2 years in a row. So there's some talk about is this still Mbappe's France? Obviously, it's Didier Deschamps, their coach's last go round here. So there's some sentimental angle there as well.
Okay.
you lay it with Ivory Coast.
They're a very interesting team, aren't they? I think you have to. I think you have to lay it with them. I think
mean, you got is the keeper going to have 16 saves again? Whatever the hell it was.
I mean,
come on, what a performance! That was ridiculous.
the game last night
Oh, don't bring
with
it up.
Colombia, I mean, that was pretty incredible as well.
Yes,
I laid a goal.
What did they have?
Colombia.
20 shots.
What did they have? 5 goals called back?
Yeah,
I mean,
I felt like
it
that.
was like 4. It was at least
Yeah.
3 or 4,
Yeah.
right? That they had. I mean, some of them were obvious, but like, how many chances were they going to have? And then they had to pull it out on a deflection in the
know.
75th minute.
They had to. I almost lost
know.
the -1 bet that I had.
You thought you were going to, right?
I thought I was
you
going
you
to.
were dead.
Thought it was
Thought
dead.
you were going to lose that bet.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Incredible. Thank you for having me on.
he
I
gave you-
appreciate it.
yeah,
I
he gave
appreciate
you-
you being flexible.
He gave you the setup earlier. 8 years ago, if I said put the Premier League on, you yelled at
I
me.
poo-pooed. I said we got to take it off at half and no one's watching.
now your
soccer
favorite
allowed.
sport to bet?
Unbelievable.
Tibet, maybe not to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, Tibet, I still like hockey and baseball.
Give him a follow on X at Circa Maestro. We're going to run it all the way back again tomorrow.
Every day until the World Cup ends.
You're the man. Thanks for doing this. Baseball next. Wait until you hear this. Total domination between these two teams. Almost 30 games over 500 the past handful of years.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, so full schedule today in Major League Baseball. A couple of games in the books already. Cubs got by the Mets Squeaked by 10-3. Dansby Swanson, 2 dingers, including a grand slam, had 7 RBIs. He's batting 194 on the year.
You want to come right back with them? They're 5-0 against the Mets this year.
Sure. Why not? I
Right.
mean, that's all. Yeah.
Did you see
It's
what
Imanaga, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you see what happened last night in that game?
In the Cubs game?
Yeah. Audience, if you, I can't believe this
Negative.
is the rule. The Cubs were stunned. I couldn't believe it. Russo went off on it today on First Take as well. Our buddy Russo. PCA's on first base in the 7th inning. It's a 3-ball count. He steals second. It's ball 4, but it's close. They throw down anyways. He comes off the bag. You're out. They're incredulous. Like, what are you talking about? It's ball 4. I get the bait. He walks. They go, no, he came off the bag. You're out on the slide. You ever see that before?
That has to be wrong.
That's what I thought.
That has to be incorrect.
He was out.
And they stuck with the ruling?
Yeah. Cubs are going crazy. PCA couldn't believe it. Russo's ranting about it. Our guys in Dallas were watching it live when it happened.
I've never heard such a thing.
Yeah. They came off the bag, but the guy walked. You're entitled to second base. He walked. It was ball 4.
I'm befuddled right now.
Yeah, so was I.
I'm lost. This is like a foreign language to me.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely
I've never
zero
seen
sense.
that before. Been watching baseball almost 50 years. I've never seen that.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's the correct ruling. How is that the correct ruling?
It can't be.
Yeah.
Under what circumstances does that make it the letter of the law?
Are they saying, well, by sliding over the bag, you're making a move to third base? I mean, how do you arrive at that decision?
It doesn't matter. No, you can't. Because it's a walk, you're automatically going to be on second base.
Yes.
And you were stealing.
Threw down.
Well, who cares? It's your bag.
The throw doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
Because it's ball 4.
The throw should be rendered meaningless
Right.
as soon as it's
Concur.
the umpire says that's a ball, and there's no challenge.
Yeah.
And that's the actual ruling. Okay, well they had to get that one wrong.
Yeah.
Russo must have been hot today then for a couple of minutes ranting about that.
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
You know how he gets.
so I'll get to the guy that I bet on this morning is actually on the Cubs, but that'll come up in a second. The Red Sox blew a 6-3 lead in the bottom of the 7th. That's now 6-6 at Coors. And Baltimore is on top of the Angels 5-2. Have you noticed, by the way, the Kyle Bradish run the run that he's on?
No.
The last 2 starts, 21 Ks, been absolutely filthy.
I know the Orioles are playing better ball.
Absolutely they are.
Yeah.
The offense has been on pretty solid cylinders lately. So, look, I'm probably lighting money on fire, but I will point this out about Pete Crow Armstrong. His last week, batting .500, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, ranked 2nd overall in Yahoo Fantasy. His last 2 weeks, .467 average, 6 home runs, 11 RBIs, 11 runs, 4 stolen bases, ranked number 1 at Yahoo in Fantasy. His last month, .394, 11 home runs, 20 RBIs, 20 runs, 6 stolen bases, again ranked number 1 overall. He is number 2 in WAR behind Shohei Ohtani, and that's Shohei's offensive WAR combined with his pitching WAR. And I got to tell you, Ohtani does not have like a gigantic lead over PCA. It was 1 at last check. It was like 5.5 to 4.6 with the WAR. I bet this guy at big numbers last year to win the MVP. He's the hottest player on the planet. I did not go crazy here because, after all, I probably need something for Ohtani to happen. And that either means he blows up as a pitcher and his ERA sails above like 4 or 5, and he doesn't have a great year overall at the plate, or he gets hurt somehow. I did take PCA at 80-1 to win the MVP. And I went back and forth on what to do.
All right.
I'm like, do I drive to the kiosk? Do I try for a decent bet on this? And I just said, nah, because it's a likely loser anyway, because he is against Ohtani. So I put enough on it that if PCA wins, it'll be a really fun day. But I didn't put enough on it to be like, damn, I can't believe I'm going to lose that bet. So I realized that something has to happen. But he's also, this is now sustained for more than a month. And he was, remember, when I bet him last year, he was killing it at the plate, and he was not like the best defensive player in baseball. And Ohtani wasn't pitching. And then the second half happened in 7-6 now, Colorado, by the way. And PCA fell off the map, never had a chance. But anyway, that's
All
what
right.
I bet.
All right. Well, best of luck to you.
I understand what has to happen.
Sure. All right. I got 2 plays. Thanks to my guys in Dallas pointing this out. Now, no, they've lost 8 in a row in San Diego. It's been a house of horrors. It's popular, but they're also, the money's coming against us. I like the Braves and Perez. Padres starting Sears. He had an ERA of 11 in AAA. Padres used 7 pitchers last night in the win. He's got to take one for the team. Not much behind him. I think the Braves bust out of it tonight. $1.15. Braves in San Diego. Now let's go back to a Nerfy with Wu against Ashcraft coming up in about an hour. Ashcraft, 22-1 career on the Nerfy, 14-1 this year. We'll trust Wu and Ashcraft with the Nerfy in the Seattle-Pittsburgh game and the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same exact numbers there. Wu, by the way, 8 straight Nerfies. I played the Nerfy in that game at minus 130. I also played the Rays Nerfy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got to fade Noah Cameron.
I know. But Griffin,
right.
The reason why is Griffin Jacks, and he was the opener quite a bit this year for the Rays, but 22-4 and 8-2 at home overall. So that's really, really good. And Ohtani, now they get the Twins tonight. Joe Ryan's not great in the first inning, but Ohtani has 19 straight Nerfies, 12-0 this season. I did not play that one. I also think that maybe another over here in the Phillies National game. First of all, it's a Nationals game, so you would only look at the over ever. Look at last night, for example. But a couple of batters here. Marsh versus Michaelis, 400 career. Bohm, 429, a couple of extra base hits, a home run. Harper, 348, a home run, 3 extra base hits. Garcia, hot against Nola, 317, 2 home runs, 5 extra base hits. Cruz against Nola, 500, 2 extra base hits. That totals 9.5. Don't mind that to go over, maybe first 5 and for the game. And here's the team I was talking about before the break. I did not even realize this was a thing. But the Brewers are...
Yeah.
They are such an amazing organization. When they beat the Reds last night 2-0, that made it, Paul, are you ready for this? 47-19 against the Reds since 2022, and they have now won 9 consecutive series against them. And oh, by the way, there's this. What a tweet from Codify Baseball. The last 3 Major League Baseball pitchers with 10-plus Ks, 0 walks, and 1 or fewer hits allowed in a game are all Milwaukee Brewers. Here's the great part. Mizorowski did it June 12th. Brandon Woodruff did it 2 days ago, and Brandon Sprout did it yesterday. Are you serious?
Yeah. They also had that funky number where you couldn't beat Pittsburgh, couldn't win in Milwaukee.
That's right.
It's like 18, 19 in a row, something absurd too.
Yeah.
So,
and I will tell you this.
Maybe this is the year. I know you got to fade the Dodgers.
I know.
But maybe this is the year that they're just so good and the pitching staff's insane.
Yeah, and they're going to have, I know that they'll have Miz going twice in the series. The other team will not. And I can tell you this right now. Unless the number is just completely, and I mean absolutely unbettable, I will be on the Brewers for the most wins in July. That's it. I already looked at the schedule. This team they get better and better. Last year they were cooking in the summertime. I firmly believe this is going to continue, and that will be a team I'm going to have next month. Jot it down right now, unless it's like plus $2 and it pass.
20 minutes away. Can't wait. Brazil was 220. Oh, I think open 190. They're up to 310.
Yeah.
Morocco was 550. They're down to 370 against Haiti. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, all with no rake. Circa Millions, 18 weeks. 128 ways to win. Circa Survivor, pick 1 winner each week. Grandissimo for the high rollers, $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play anywhere, $30 million guaranteed. Circasports.com for details. Get the NFL schedule while you're up there as well. Circasports.com for details. Get in, have some fun.
We'll talk a little NFL, by the way, today on the program. Zach Cohn's going to join the program in about an hour, and he did a great job with the NFL betting guide here at VSiN. A little bit, you're talking about the worst to first candidates. He's got breakdowns on MVPs that he likes. He wrote up one of the divisions overall. he has a ton of content, as he does pretty much every single day. And I also listened to Zach on the way home yesterday on the special NBA draft edition of Hardwood Handicappers. That dude was so well prepared and had just top-notch questions for both of the guests that he had on during that. Great job by Zach last night on the show. Up next, more World Cup. Dalen Cuff on the program, a betting opinion on 2 matches coming up. And what was it like as a fan to experience Seattle last Friday for USA and Australia?
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Cannot get enough of the World Cup. We have the fever. It's over-delivered, in my opinion. Been better than anticipated. And more on that now as we go out to the progressive guest line. Dalen Cuff, very cool, man. He's joining us once a week around the same time as the event continues. Joins the program, progressive guest line. Dalen, thank you very much. We have to start here. You told us that you were making the trek as a fan last week to Seattle to watch, and you don't do a lot as a fan, right? You made that pretty clear on the air. So what was that like to see that scene and experience that in Seattle last Friday for USA and Australia?
It was one of the best, not just sporting experience, one of the best experiences of my life. And I got to share with my wife, who played college soccer, played at Charleston Southern. So she was so amped about the game, and we've been talking about it for months, the opportunity to go. I would say a couple things. First and foremost, the venue matters. And being in Seattle, I think even heightened the experience because it's a walkable venue. So you had that European feel where everybody's walking to the match and just you could feel the energy as you get closer and closer. Every bar you passed, of course, we had to stop in one at 8:15 and 8:45. And that has to happen, Pacific time. But we're up in there, and there's this the vibe is great. I would say the Aussies showed themselves well, too. There's a good amount of yellow and green in that mix, too. And as you got in the stadium, there was that energy, the fever pitch building. And I think what this event is doing, not just for America, but more broadly, not to get political, but we got some issues and how the world views us and how we view the world. There's all types of different challenges right now. But the best of America is a bit on display right now. Europeans are coming over and be like, wow, this is the America that I remember and thought I knew. Well, this is still it. All right. And Americans still are pumped to host this event and be part of this event. And then their team is representing in such a way that is so palpable that everybody in that stands, guys, nobody sat for the entire match, which when I went to the ones in Brazil in 2014, we saw U.S. play Portugal and U.S. play Germany and Manaus in the Amazons. And then once another game in Recife in the northeast part of the country. There was a great energy, but it wasn't all U.S. fans. People sat. It's just a different environment. Everybody standing the entire time, chanting. The energy. The national anthem is something I'm never going to forget. Everybody just belting it out with complete pride that we are Americans. We are here. We want to represent. And we've got this team right now that is representing us at the highest level, at the utmost that I ever thought they could do. I did not think, I was with you guys a couple weeks ago. I was very skeptical. We'd never seen the team put it together. We saw an amazing 90 minutes. We saw a really good 70 minutes the other day. Mm-hmm. And this team is exuding everything Americans want to see. So it was just, I can't speak highly of it enough. And to the point where nobody wanted to leave. I'm sure you saw the Country Roads thing afterwards, the living on a prayer. Like the fans didn't want to leave. The players didn't want to leave. It was truly a remarkable experience.
Great answer. Good perspective. Well done. 10 minutes away. State your case. Scotland plus 1.5 goals against Brazil.
They're just hard to break down. They're just not going to be easy. These guys need a point. Like they're playing for a point here. That really would put them through to the knockout stage if they're sitting on 4 points. And Scotland hasn't been in a knockout stage in like 40 some years. So like this would be massive if they could get there. And this, when you look at their last couple games, when they are the underdog, they've lost 4 straight games as 1-0. Okay, I'll take my point. I'll take my 1.5 goals right now. They do have Neymar on the bench. I actually think when Neymar gets thrown in this game, I don't know if that really helps Brazil offensively. Like he's not performing at the level he once was. He's coming off injury, and he has that gravitas where guys might try to play through him and force through him. And we've talked about that with other stars in this tournament. That doesn't always work. That said, Scotland is organized. They are physical. They are tough. We saw Ghana do it to England yesterday. You can sit back and park the bus, and you can counter. And there should have been a penalty there. They didn't get it, but you can sit back, you can park the bus and look for your shot and set pieces. That Scotland is still very good on set pieces. If they can get ahead and get up there and get fouled or maybe earn a corner or two, I think this is going to be a bit of a slog of a game. You are playing down in Miami. It's still hot down there. Kickoff, it's going to be around 80, 88, 89 degrees.
Correct.
It feels like we'll be higher. Brazil, yes, more used to that than the Scots, but I think they're just going to sit back, park that bus and make it as hard as possible. And if they walk out with a point, that is a victory for them. So give me Scotland plus 1.5.
Okay. All right. How about later on tonight then? A bunch of us here, the way it feels on this show, the network maybe on Mexico. This match to go under 2.5. You like that bet as well?
Yeah, I hate when everybody's on the same thing. We don't really like that, but it just Mexico has struggled to manufacture offense, and so is Czechia. Like Czechia is really dependent on their set pieces. Now, when they do have a size advantage, and if they can, or same thing kind of with Scotland, they can earn some set piece in the attacking third. They're going to lump that ball in the box. Long throw-ins will be effective as well. They're going to try to just put that ball in there in that mixer and see what can happen. They scored that first goal against South Korea in the beginning part of the tournament. And then they ceded that lead. They don't manufacture a ton. Mexico has not shown they've manufactured a ton. Mexico, we know, is already through and feeling pretty good. Czechia, a point would go a long way for them. So I think, again, you had this kind of cat and mouse of the last game of the group. Who needs what and who's playing for what will influence some style of play. And with Czechia, they would prefer to be sitting back anyway. So I think the under 2.5 here is the play.
Okay, here's what I really want to get into. And it happens in the Mexico match tomorrow with Germany and us when we take on Turkey. How do these teams treat the match that have already clinched the group?
Let's start with our game, because I think our game is a unique dynamic, and not unique. It's a more abnormal dynamic because you have us already through as the first team and Turkey out.
Yeah.
Which is now, again, expectations matter in this tournament. You can go back and watch some of the scenes of Turkey leaving. I mean, the president's there. They've got like 80 police cars bringing the bus through. They got fans lining the way. They've had great runs in the past. And they believed with their group, when they saw their draw, when they got in, they were the final qualifying teams. They wanted Paraguay, the U.S., and Australia. They got it. Well, they're out in 2 games. Those expectations are far from met. They are down in the mouth. So it's you got one team that, are they just going to play for pride? Or are they going to punt? They've taken 62 shots and haven't finished any of them. And you have the U.S. here that's already through. You got 4 guys on yellow cards. Now, Christian Pulisic, does he play? Does he not? My biggest advice in this game is you do not bet till you see both lineups. And if the U.S. lineup is completely changed, doesn't mean we can't win. But if like Arda Güler's not playing for Turkey, or Çalhanoğlu's not playing for Turkey, they've punted. So you now that can adjust your examination of the game. But until I see a lineup, I'm not firing on a U.S. game because I don't know who's on the field. I don't know how either team wants to treat this game. I think the U.S. wants to win, wants to maintain momentum, and they can do that with some of their backup players. If they start the full 11, then yeah, I think the lean is pretty hard to the U.S. Then you're trying to find value in that point. I'm not sure you're going to find it, but you got to see who's on to be on the field for both teams, and we won't know that, and we don't necessarily, again, know their motivations. When you talk like Germany, Ecuador needs the game. Germany may not, but Ecuador needs the game. So Ecuador's going to try to play, and they're going to be physical like they always are. They're going to be tough on defense. They're going to look to counter, and if Germany puts out a second-tier lineup, then you would probably lean to Ecuador. But a lot of these matches, again, if somebody's qualified or somebody's out, there is no bet till I see who's on the field.
Yeah. Also a difference here, by the way, great observation there with Turkey and comparing that country already eliminated to one that we have coming up in 8 minutes with Haiti. Okay, what were their expectations in that country compared to that of Turkey? And is Haiti going to go away quietly in this match? That feels very unlikely to me.
Absolutely not. Like I worked with a guy at CBS Sports this past year. He's of Haitian descent, and my man was living and dying on every qualifier. And all it mattered is, can we get to the dance? Do we get to play these 3 games in the summer in the United States, Mexico, and Canada? And they got there. And they're going to try to celebrate. Guys, we've seen other teams. We saw Curacao score a goal and lose their minds just because they got a goal at the World Cup.
Yes.
Like this is, again, the expectations, the country's history, where they're at in their developmental program, all that matters. So Haiti just being on the field again with a chance to score a goal or a chance to get a point, they are going to play and fight as hard as humanly possible. I mean, the Soca Warriors are a historic thing in that country. There is a pride in that country. And that country's gone through some really tough times. They are going to play in this match. Now, play is for them is can we survive and score a goal and win a game? They're not going to be out here doing some tiki-taka stuff they don't normally do, but they're going to try to compete. There is no question in my mind. And Morocco needs this game and needs it big because they need to overcome the goal deficit that they trail Brazil right now. And they need to hope Scotland, like we just talked about, performs well against Brazil. So Morocco's going to play all out. I think Haiti's playing all out in this game. And the lineup for Morocco shows that, of course, they're going for it.
Yeah. In about 90 seconds here, as it stands right now, the U.S. would get Bosnia in the next match. And then if they win that, they'd get the winner of Egypt, Cape Verde. Plus 105 out there to make the quarters. What do you think?
My play is the negative play on that same thing. I want them to get to the quarters, but if they get to the quarters, they're likely playing Spain.
Yeah.
So if you think they're going to get there and you want to make this play, I think if you're looking for any value, it's to take the U.S. out in the quarters currently. That's a 3-1.
Beautiful.
So you're going to get some value there to play. And now, yes, lose to Spain, but you're getting some value. And then if you want to bet that game when it gets to it, I don't think you're definitely not getting the U.S. in a three-way market at 3-1 if they get to the quarterfinals. That's just not going to happen. So if you want to make that move, that would be the play right now. The other element of it is if you want to just go gung-ho U.S., I would not be betting U.S. to win this whole thing, although their odds have come down more than anybody in this tournament. You're going to have to beat 3 giants, likely Spain, likely France. On the other side of the bracket could be England, could be Argentina, could be Portugal. 3 straight giants. I know it's on home soil. The play would be just get them to the semifinals. It was plus 425 yesterday. I believe it's still in that same space. Then you're saying, okay, in a one scenario knockout against Spain, basically, can we beat that team? Yeah, we broke their 35-game unbeaten streak back in 2009. It's happened before, and this team is better than that 2009 team. So, yeah, it could happen. But if you want to be really prudent with it, I would take the 3-1 U.S. out in the quarters.
Dalen, you're the best. Dynamite as always. Thank you. Enjoy the matches coming up tonight. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. See you next week.
Follow him on X at Dalen Cuff, Turner Sports, Progressive Guest Line. These matches are going to be underway, and the draft went well for a couple of teams, including OKC, but I wish they had done this instead.